picture that I carry, one we made some time ago. When they ask who's in picture with me, I said just someone I used to know.
Steve Justman has been performing Americana music in the Chicago area for many years, whether it be folk, country, country rock, or bluegrass. You will hear a taste of all of it in Steve's music. A bit of a throwback to a different time, perhaps. It's all about entertainment. Steve has performed and entertained in many of the best folk and acoustic venues in the Chicago area, such as the Heartland Cafe, Bill's Blues, Uncommon Ground, the Stage Left Café, and Charlie's Coffee House, as well as concerts in many public libraries and special events for appreciating audiences of all ages. Steve has appeared and performed live on WGN Radio. Some say he has found the perfect blend of Americana, vintage folk, and classic country, and he is always known to work hard to entertain his audience, the way it was, the way it still can be. For Steve, it's all about playing for the crowd. Steve lives for that live audience. He is not into recording CDs and getting into the recording studio, although that's not a bad idea. No, Steve is a live performer, currently a one-man show. Steve blends folk, country, etc. to create a fun environment at his concerts. Steve plays a wide variety of music, something for everyone. Today we have the extreme pleasure of visiting with Steve at a concert he had on Sunday, May 18th, 2008 at the Woodridge Public Library in Woodridge, Illinois. Steve, like at all of his concerts, wowed the crowd with his special blend of folk and country, bluegrass, etc. Steve pays tribute to all of this great music by covering it in a special and moving show. For a one-man show, Steve can really keep the show moving along. With a combination of storytelling, humor, passion, heart, and soul, Steve really blows the audience away. He loves to have a conversation with the audience and is more than happy to tell all sorts of background on these songs. Steve Justman tells us about the music he plays and how he describes it.
I call it vintage folk and classic country. It's songs of America and type of folk music that was one time very popular and a type of country music that was at one time very popular. But you don't really hear it that much anymore on the radio. Certainly not too many performers sing some of these old songs anymore. But I'm out to keep them alive and to remember them. I find that people still like to hear these classics and sing along with them.
Right, and we want to talk a little bit of how you find the songs. We know that you mentioned in your wonderful concert here that you grew up with a lot of songs, so I'm sure a lot of these songs as a kid you learned and you know, but how's the process of getting all these songs into your playlist here?
Well, I kind of move some songs in and out as I'm playing. I've been playing since I was like 12 years old, so it goes back a number of decades, and I've always been tuned into listening to music and accumulated records and sang some of these songs since I was very young, many years, and I'm always on the lookout. I haven't heard that one for a long time, or I forgot about that one. I used to do that song, or I never attempted to do that song. I always liked that song, and I'll learn it, or in some cases, relearn the song. Maybe find a new key for it, because the key that I sang it in, maybe when I was 14 years old, doesn't work for me anymore. But keep looking. Sometimes you can find somebody who revives an old tune, and you forgot about it, and bring it back.
finally, we want to mention that you have a great website that people could get information, especially where you're performing, I guess, coffee houses, libraries. So why don't you tell us about the website?
Sure, it's pretty easy. It's www.stevejustman.com. And we keep it up to date with where I'll be, and there's always a big variety of coffee houses that still have live music, and some cafes, and definitely some public libraries, which are really a pleasure to perform at. Has the type of crowd and audience that really comes to really hear this type of music, and is a good vehicle and venue for it. So check it out. We've got some song samples on it, and a little biographical history of myself, and some pictures. And visit there, and better yet, hope to see you at one of my performances.
There's been, a lot of songs about cheating and drinking, and my trailer's got a hole in the roof, so I can't live in there anymore. But I say it's 3 chords and a whole lot of truth. Songs about people. That's what these songs are about. People and real feelings and real places. So for my last song, I'm going to do a song that's been was originally done by Porter Wagner. Been recorded by many people over the years. Johnny Cash did it. Dave Matthews did it. I haven't heard a version by Mahalia Jackson because it does have can have a little gospel flavor to it. It's a song called Satisfied Mind. How many times have you heard someone say, if I had his money, I could do things my way? But little they know that it's so hard to find one rich man in 10 with a satisfied mind. Once I was living in fortune and fame. I had all I needed, get a start in life's game. Then suddenly it happened, I lost every dime. I'm better off now with a satisfied mind. You know that money can't buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonesome, or a love that's grown cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times compared to the man with a satisfied mind. Ended, my time is run out. My friends and my loved ones, I'll leave, there's no doubt. But one thing's for certain, when it comes my time, I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. You know I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. so much, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Kate. Thanks again. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
For more information on Steve Justman, please take note of your screen.